Hello, good day viewers. Welcome to another biology presentation. So right here with me, I've got biology paper 2 for 2019. So we are going to answer question 3 up to question 4. So we are going to start with our question 3 right here. Alright, so the question reads, figure 3.1 shows the adult stage of an organism. So this is figure 3.1, which is showing the adult stage of an organism. Question A1, to which phylum and class does the organism in figure 3.1 belong to? So they want us to identify the phylum and the class to which this organism belongs to. So this organism belongs to the phylum called the Arthropoda. Okay, so the phylum is the Arthropoda. Now what about the class? So this organism right here, when you take a look at it, it's an insect. So this organism belongs to the class called the Insecta. So don't just write insect, should write Insecta. That is the name of the class. Alright, so we've now come to question A2. So question A2 reads, state two visible features that enabled you to identify and classify the organism in figure 3.1. So what two visible features allowed us to be able to identify that organism belonged to the phylum called Arthropoda and it belonged to the class called Insecta. So let us take a look at the diagram. This is the organism right here. So which two features enabled us to be able to identify that it belongs to the phylum called Arthropoda and it belongs to the class called the Insecta? So when you look at this this organism, it has got three pairs of legs. Okay, three pairs of legs. We have these hind legs, we also have the forelegs, and then we have got these other legs. So meaning it has got 6 pairs of legs. That's number one, meaning it has got 3 pairs of legs. Apart from this, when you look at this organism, it has got 2 pairs of what? Wings. 2 pairs of wings, because this is a grasshopper. Apart from that, it also has got the antennas and it has got the compound what? Eyes. Apart from that, it has got the exoskeleton, which is outside its body, as we can see. So these features, they allowed us to be able to identify that it belongs to the Arthropoda phylum and it belongs to the Insecta class. So let's write these answers. Alright, so we have said it has got 3 pairs of wings and the compound eyes, and we can also say it has got the exoskeleton. Okay, we can also say it has got 3 body parts, that is the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. So there are many answers, so I've just written it has 3 pairs of legs. Alright, sorry, let me just edit here. It's not supposed to be wings, but it's supposed to be legs. Yes, like this. It has got 3 pairs of legs, compound what? Eyes. So this is how we can answer this question. So remember, I've said that you can use many different features for Insecta class. Okay. Alright, so we've now come to our question B right here. So our question B reads, state 2 other phylums in the kingdom Animalia. So we have another kingdom called Animalia. So they want us to identify 2 phylums or 2 other phylums that are in the kingdom Animalia. Now one thing we must know, that in the kingdom Animalia there are a lot of phylums. So you can mention any that you know that is in the kingdom Animalia. So we have Chordata. So this Chordata phylum consists of organisms that have got backbones. Okay, and then we also have Annelida, we also have Nematoda, we also have Mollusca. Okay, so all these are examples of phylums that are found in the Animalia kingdom. So you can just write 2 because they just want to write here. So let's write our answers now. All right, so these are the answers. These are the other phylums that are found in the Animalia kingdom: Chordata and the Nematoda. So remember what I've told you? I've said that there are a lot of phylums that are found in this Animalia kingdom. So you can also put Annelida, or you can put Mollusca. Okay, there are a lot of them. So this topic is coming from classification, which is a grade 12 topic. Okay, so we now come to question C1. What is the name of the key used in classification? What is the name of the key used in classification? So they want us to state the name of the key that is used in the classification of organisms. So the name of this key is called dichotomous key. That is the name of the key. Okay. All right. So this is the name of the key. It's called dichotomous key. Okay. This is the key that is used in the classification of organisms. So we have answered our question C1. We now move on to our question C2. So our question C2 is right here. Explain why this key is important in classification. So they want you to explain why this key is important in the classification of organisms. So this key is important in the classification of organisms because it helps in identification of specific organisms. It helps to identify to which specific group, class, phylum, kingdom of which organisms belong to. So we are going to write our answer as the dichotomous key is important in classification because it helps in identification of specific organisms. So we are done answering question 3. We now move on to our last question, which is question 4. We now come to our question 4 right here. This is our question 4. The question reads, figure 4.1 is a graph showing changes in volume of air during inspiration and expiration in the respiratory organs of a person. So this is the figure right here, figure 4.1, which is showing a graph, and this graph is showing the changes in volume of air during the inspiration and expiration in the respiratory organs of a person. So here in the y-axis we have lung volume, okay. Then in the x-axis we have the time measured in seconds. So this graph is showing the stages. You can see the stages of inspiration and expiration. We have stage 1, we also have stage 2, then there are letters here F and G, then we also have stage 3. So let us now look at the questions. All right, so this is our question 1, question A1. Which letter shows the process of inspiration taking place? So they want us to identify the letter that is showing the process of inspiration taking place, and we know that inspiration is the process of taking in what? Air. So in order for us to answer this question, we have to come back to our diagram right here. So we have letter F and letter G. So which of these two letters is showing the process of inspiration taking in? So the letter that is showing the process of inspiration taking in is the letter labeled F right here. So this is our answer. Alright, so we have answered that letter F is the letter that is showing the process of what? Inspiration taking place. So we now come to question A2. Name the activities taking place during stages 1, 2, and 3. So in order for us to answer, we need to look at the diagram so that we identify these stages. Alright, so this is the diagram. We have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Okay, so when you look at the volume of the lung volume of air, the way it's moving right here, and when you look at the time from here to here, the breathing is normal. Okay, it's normal. Now here we have seen a person taking in what? Air, meaning that this person, there is an increase in breathing. So it means on stage 1, the person was at rest, was not doing anything, was either just sitting. Okay, now on stage 2, we can see that there is an increase in breathing there. So meaning that the person is performing some exercises, either running, okay, or playing football, or doing all sorts of sports. Okay, then on stage 3, from here to here, we can see that the breathing has returned to normal, meaning that the person is just resting, relaxing, okay, either sleeping, not doing anything. So stage 1, we have said resting. Stage 2, we have said exercising, meaning that the person is doing some sort of exercises. Then on stage 3, the person is still resting again. Okay, so let us just get our answers. All right, so we have said on stage 1, the person was resting. On stage 2, exercising. On stage 3, resting. So we have answered our question C2. We now move on to our question B right here. Explain why there is an increase in air volume during stage 2. So they want us to explain why there is an increase in air volume during stage 2. So on stage 2, that is where I've seen that the person is doing some exercises. Okay, so when this person is doing some exercises, there will be an increase in air volume because the person wants to allow more oxygen to be absorbed. Okay, more oxygen to be absorbed. So when this oxygen is absorbed, it's going to go into the bloodstream so that it goes to the muscles in order for respiration to take to takes place. That's the reason why there will be an increase in the volume, in the air volume during stage 2. Okay, there will be an increase in air volume at stage 2 because more oxygen is going to be allowed to be absorbed into the blood so that it goes to the muscles in order for respiration to take place. That's why there will be an increase in air volume during stage 2. So we have answered our question B. We now move on to our last question, which is question C. Question reads, describe 4 changes which will take place in the thorax during inspiration in order to facilitate the increase in volume during stage 2. So they want us to describe the 4 changes that will take place in the thorax during inspiration in order to facilitate the increase in volume during stage 2 when the person is exercising. So what will happen is that the first change will be the external intercostal muscles. They are going to contract. Okay, apart from that, the rib cage is going to move upwards and outwards. Then the diaphragm is going to contract and flattens. Then the thoracic cavity volume is going to increase. Okay, then the air will move into the lungs from outside where there is too much pressure to the inside where there is low pressure. So we have said, all right, so we have said the changes that will take place in the thorax during inspiration. Number 1, external intercostal muscles contracts, the rib cage moves upwards and outwards, the diaphragm contracts and flattens, the thoracic cavity volume increases. So when this thoracic cavity volume increases, the air moves into the lungs from the outside where there is too much pressure to the inside where there is low pressure. So these are some of the changes that takes place during the inspiration in order to facilitate the increase in volume during stage 2. So thank you so much, everybody. We've come to the end of our session. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mulenga. Bye bye.